What's up, everybody? That was a little delay there. Sorry. Truth Rising back. I'm here. I have been YouTubing all night trying to figure out StreamYard. I am exhausted, but I have a video for you that I am going to end the night with that I really think you guys will enjoy and need to see. It's very important. Um, Maybe we'll talk a little bit afterwards, but I'll let Richie from Boston take it from here.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 21st. It's March. It's 2026. And I had no intentions on making a video today because you can only, show so much doom and gloom in one video. But something's recently occurred, and I'm in the area. And what I'm talking about is drones are now flying over our B-2 bombers that are nuclear capable in Louisiana. And they're in Bossier City, Louisiana, which is ironic because that's exactly where I was when my rear axle snapped. So I know where it is. But what I'm going to say is if anybody lives in that area, shoot me an email, rjcjr10@yahoo.com, because I want to get footage of these drones that the military, they're mysterious. There's nothing we can do. Bullshit. Total, utter bullshit. I've made 2 videos about four-wheeling above NORAD on the mountain that NORAD's in and having my drones drop out of the sky. 1, 2, 3. And then I had a drone drop out of the sky in Washington because I flew into a Naval Air Force base this high off the ground.
I watched these videos. He's lost several drones. I think he's even forgetting some. I watched him flying one. He was trying to go over a base, and it was like the thing hit a brick wall, and it fell. You watched it. It looked like it hit an invisible wall. It was insane, but he doesn't, I don't think, show that here or explain that, but he explains others.
Passed the imaginary line, and my drone dropped like that. But according to the military, nothing we can do about it. I mean, you can't be stopped. Nothing can happen. This is false flag 101. And if you live in the area, I'm going to stake out there and see if I can't possibly get one of these mysterious drones on video. So that's what I'm saying. But to prove my point, you might remember this. I posted this on Jailbreak Overlander about 10 months ago, and it got about 160,000 views, which was good. But they didn't like the fact that I was telling truths. And the name of the video was, "This is how easily they can take out or take down a drone." So here we go. So with the recent rash of mysterious drones flying all over the United States and all over the world, apparently, over military bases, etc., and the authorities claiming that it's absolutely impossible to shoot these things down, I decided it was time to upload this video to show you exactly how quickly and efficiently they can take your drone out if they want to. So enjoy. Do you know what I mean? So it was well worth it. And it was my pleasure bringing this young couple up here because they had never seen it before either. At 11,200 feet, I brought the drone down here and crashed it, and it's stuck. And Jess is going right up there. If she had a poker, she could just push it out of the tree. So originally in this video, I assumed I just lost control of the drone somehow and it crashed. But that changed. I figured it out pretty quick. This is a third drone I have up right now, and the battery died in, well, the amount of time you're seeing this video. The battery was 100% charged when I put it in. And then both the remote controls told me they need to be calibrated, and they were useless. This morning at the hotel room, I tried to calibrate them, and they didn't need it. So that's 4, 2 drones and 2 smart controllers that both went out on the mountain. And last time I was up here, I couldn't record with the drone and I couldn't record with a camera. Is it NORAD? Of course it is. Of course it is. Your tax dollars at work keeping you from looking at things that you shouldn't be looking at or whatever. But this perspective at least shows you that there is no forgiveness on this trail. This is the wide part of the trail. The narrow part is down the other end. But sadly, I didn't have a drone. So there, as they say, is that. So you see what I'm saying? The entire video is 38 minutes long. I'll leave a link below if you happen to want to watch it. The scenery is incredible, but whatever. My point is, I've got experience with drones, and I've got experience with being in places you're not supposed to be, and they can take out a drone like that. The fact that they're saying it's in Louisiana, a lot of activity, a lot of shipping ports, a lot of land down here, a lot of data centers need to go in down here. That's their main thing. But the fact that they're saying it's B-52 nuclear capable planes, and these drones are just flying all over it, and there's nothing we can do, is just setting us up for a false flag. I mean, Louisiana, they've been trying to clear people out of there since Katrina and beyond. You know what I'm saying? But here's the other thing today. Here's the other thing that all of a sudden just occurred. Now, remember, according to Pete Hegsbreth and Donald Trump, we've completely annihilated Iran. There's nothing they can do. They can't do anything anymore, except they just did this.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, First Post America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is First Post America.
Has been shooting missiles. Now, at this point, you might not be too surprised. Like, Iran's been shooting missiles in all directions since we 100% decimated them. And I mean, they're not even a threat anymore, other than the fact that Israel, Dubai, the UAE have all banned and arrested people for trying to put out pictures of missiles coming in and drones coming in left and right, causing major damage. Major damage. But what this right here does is it tells Americans whether this is true or not, because we have no idea, because I don't even watch the American media anymore because all they do is lie. It's just worse than ever because Israel controls our media 100%. What this is setting up for is like, wow, we didn't know Iran could reach that far. You know what I mean? What other secret missiles do they have, which is setting us up for Iran hits the U.S. with a missile, meaning our government, Israel, hits us with a missile and goes, Iran did it. You know what I mean? They're setting us up on every possible way because these guys play 5D chess. They really do, just not in the way that makes America great again. I think that should be obvious to everyone at this particular point. But anyone trying to put out actual footage of the damage that's being done, because Iran's whooping people right now because that's part of the game, but they're claiming they're not. They got to do that for the MAGA crowd. But in real life, they are. But everyone's on the same team except us. It's us against them, period. I don't care about the Club of Rome. I don't care about Bilderberg. I don't care about that anymore. This is actively occurring right now, and it's us against them. And anyone that tries to put out the proof gets locked up. So all these people have been arrested and orders for arrest for over 35 people, including 19 Indians, over misleading war videos. These people are simply there taking video of missiles coming in with their cell phones, etc., and then they're getting arrested. And then the mainstream in the UAE is calling it fake news. Fake news. Where have we heard fake news before? Well, I'll tell you where we heard it before and where it came from. Donald Trump. His first time around as president, he's the one that introduced the word fake news, which got my channel obliterated, much like this bunker right here. But this isn't real. None of this is real. Come to the UAE. Come to Dubai. Spend all your money here. Nothing's going on. Meanwhile, they're getting hit with missiles. And then they're having to be forced to say, it was fake news. I didn't do anything. Everything's fine. Keep it moving. So the propaganda is in every single solitary direction. I found a few channels that are actually legit news sources. This one right here ain't one of them, but it shows what I needed to show. At any rate, Richie from Boston, that fan looks funny directly over my head, doesn't it? Look at that. I'm wearing one of those propeller things. Do you like the B-52 reference for you old timers like me? I used to love the B-52s. At any rate, if you live in the Bossier City area and you're familiar with Barksdale Air Force Base and you know a place where I can locate without getting arrested, I want to get footage of these drones if it's at all possible. RJCJR10 at yahoo.com. I'm out.
Whoa, you heard it there. You know, the point that I got from that video was, I mean, it's really behind me, but first we had New Jersey, what was that, 2024, 25, with the drones there, and they didn't do no, that was 2025-ish. And there was a lot of drones there. One got stuck in like a tree. We never heard anything about it. We saw some footage. And it was really weird looking. It almost looked like plasma. It almost looked like a raft, but clear looking with like gel inside of it. And then it had two balls. It was a very famous video. It went all around. It wasn't AI. It was very real. And it was stuck. It was trying to get out of the trees. Okay. And then you have all the things with the Economist magazine cover coming out last year. Then he was touching on exactly what I was saying earlier. Just, what was it, last week or a few days ago, Pete Hegseth and Pam Bondi had reported drones around their house. How is that possible that who is Pete Hegseth, the Department of War or whatever leader? I don't pay attention to that stuff anymore, so I don't know. But I know he's high up there. Now, how would they allow unknown or enemy drones around them? It doesn't make any sense. But they're claiming that they're unknown when they could easily shoot them down, or I don't know, maybe do what they did the RFBs and just hit it with the MP. It's not that hard. That's weird. And then, also with New Jersey, you had them over New York City. And then now Louisiana. What's going on down in Louisiana? Do I have anybody from Louisiana that can comment? Let me know what's going on down there with you guys. How many drones are you seeing? I gotta look and see if how much footage is out there. 'Cause I'm curious to know what's going on with the drones down there. That's pretty that's intriguing. But what this all tells me is that there's a false flag incoming, and that means that something's gonna happen where people are gonna perish, unfortunately. And not in a good way. The news lies. It's all owned by Israel, like he said. Larry Ellison, Trump's friend. They own it all. They took TikTok. You even heard him laughing about taking TikTok over so they could get all the data from it to keep us divided. Remember that? How China and Russia are playing the long game while Israel controls it all. They have us over here fighting over who's white, who's black, who's cutting off down there, who's not, who's marching out of schools, who's holding up the wooden posts with the flags, chanting their cheers that day. You know what the Chinese are doing? Like he said in a previous video, the Chinese are being the Chinese. They're all Chinese. And they're watching us like this because they got to be mind blown. They don't have any of this news over there. Any of the stuff that you see that we see here in the United States, they don't get back there in China. So they're not brainwashed like we are. Them guys are hungry and ready and they are stacked. There's a lot of them. And Iran is their friend. And if they're telling the truth, we ran out of munitions or we're low. This right here is about to come true, guys. We already said about this. China unveiling the warship that was disguised as a cargo ship. They unveiled this 3 months after this whole thing came out. This depicts the world in 2026, guys. Look at it. Do you see anything good? And it really doesn't show at all, but I mean, like who are these characters? Looks like Putin. Okay, you got the 250th birthday cake. That looks like the US bank that Larry Silverstein just bought. That looks like the undercover Chinese cargo warship, highly advanced, they say. Behind that, though, it looks like it's getting shot with a dang laser. You got missiles, fire, and bombs going off everywhere. You got red pills and blue pills, white pills and red pills and you got black pills and blue pills. It looks like money all over the place, but for some reason it's blue. I noticed right here Trump is the only one with his tie flipping up. So I don't know if that implies him slipping and falling, meaning he falls, exits the world stage. I don't know. And then you got where am I? Over here now. That looks like Erica Kirk, doesn't it? Looks like Erica Kirk. But I don't know what role this is and who would be this character next to him if that's her. Who the heck is that? Would that be Ben? That wouldn't be Ben Shapiro. Back there, I don't even know how I'm doing this. Way back there, that looks like Zelensky for sure. But he looks like he's getting hit with a bomb, so he looks like he's going to be gone, or at least exiting the world stage. But again, and then look, you see the needles. It's all, and then they've got America in a handcuff, and you've got the video game controller right there behind with the human brain, which means that they've got the young generation already, they're already cooked because they're into their video game world. They're gone. They're inside their house. They go to work and then they go home and they play their games. And that's what the majority of the world does. I'm not singling anybody else. What the majority of this new generation does. It's just, it is what it is, unfortunately. And we really got to focus on getting children off phones. I notice it with my youngest before 12 being allowed to use a phone, and even after 12, but before 12 using a phone. Like, what? What are you doing? But see, this is what I mean, guys. We're in for some, how do I put this? We've never been touched. Let's put it that way. In our generation anyway. Actually, I don't think ever since, I mean, this is our 250th birthday. Outside of 9/11, I don't think we've been touched on US soil. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a big one, and there's a lot to ponder here. But behind me, they're already talking the drones. They're already talking the aliens, which we know as fallen angels. They're interdimensional, not coming from outer space. They're interdimensional beings, or they're fallen angels. Guys, it is that time. If you haven't taken your money out of the bank, take it out. There is a really good website called Goldco. RFB uses it. I have seen the reviews. People have used it. You can get up to $10,000 in silver back. I don't even use them. I'm just trying to help you because they're going to wipe your IRA and your 401k, and they're going to take it and they're going to wipe it to a zero. Part of the Great Reset. Everything goes back to zero for everybody except for them. But for us, it goes back to zero. I don't care how wealthy you are or how poor you are, it's going to go to zero. Be aware of that. I've been saying it for 7 years now. And I said it in the last video. The Vatican, and what was it, in 2022? And they put it directly out. They put a direct order. They said, I believe, I forget what year, it was around 2023 or 2022. They directed that all of their jewels, precious metals, and cash money in every bank and every vault and every museum across the country to be taken out and put into the Vatican's own bank or vault or whatever. That was over 2 years ago. So the Vatican already pulled their money out. Guys, this is not a joke. It really isn't. And I know there's a lot of people that I know personally that don't understand this. I've seen it recently with close family, like, that really have no idea what's going on, and it's scary, man. Guys, stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. Use your discernment. If your gut's telling you something's wrong, something's wrong. Listen to it. I'll tell you, just from my experience, every time that I've went against my gut, I was always wrong, and some of the times I got in trouble over it. So now every time my gut or intuition, discernment, feeling, superstition, whatever you want to call it, whenever you get that, go with it because it's right. At least for me, it's been right every time. So I've learned to not go against it, and just guys, we're all about to face some really hard times. Just know that I'm here as somebody to talk to. That's the only reason I created this space, is really for that, to hopefully connect with people and friends and strangers. I have like 3,000 of you guys following from a previous YouTube channel I had. So hopefully this channel can get back going and we can just at least start waking somebody up. If it's just one person a day, that's all that matters. I take it very seriously. This is a spiritual battle. There's a battle going on for your soul. There's a battle going on for your soul. And there's only one way out of it, and it's Jesus Christ. There's only one way. There's no other way for me to put it. But anyways, really, guys, thank you so much for tuning in on this. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get this uploaded now, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks, and bye.